So let's just jump right into what I believe is God's answer through Scripture for these things. All right, so get a quick mental picture of what we got here. We're about to flip it. Ready? So, instead of an idol as our false need meter, Jesus wants to be the one that's meeting our needs. He wants to be the one that, engages us when we're feeling anxious and fearful, or we're trying to figure out what these lies are all about. He wants to be the one that through His Word is telling us that we need to put this off and put this on. So let's talk about what that looks like. All right, so Jesus is our need meter. Now, what about that altar thing? Yeah, we still have an altar, but it's one that we firmly have Christ established in our lives and in place. All right, so what about these actions and thoughts and habits? Guess what? You need right actions and right thoughts and right habits. And when we develop and practice those, it's going to be easier for Jesus to stay in place in our life instead of these other things that want to distract from Him. Now, again, these things are conscious and observable. And what's going on down here is subconscious. So, when Christ is in place in our life and Jesus is our need meter, what's going on down here? What's getting replaced right here? And what's really interesting is sometimes people will get it. They'll jump right on it. They're like, oh yeah, man, what's going to happen is I'm going to start seeing the fruit of the Spirit be evident in my life. That it just starts coming out naturally. It just starts coming out of the subconscious as Jesus is Lord. It's the coolest thing. You don't have to focus on it and think about it. You just need to keep your focus on Jesus, and this stuff starts replacing this other mess in here. Well, what about that perceived wall of separation? What happened to that? Where's it go? What's going on? Well, it is still there. And usually this is the curveball for folks when I start drawing this out for them. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, there's still a wall of perceived separation, but guess what is now on the other side of that wall? And they're like, what? What? Said it's the sin that used to so easily entangle us is now feels more distant. It just feels further away. The more we close in on what Jesus is all about and what He wants us to swap around in our lives and the outpouring of the Holy Spirit through our subconscious mind, that sin that used to be such a problem just seems a little further away. Now, we don't want to close this gap. We want that perceived distance to be in place. And that's awesome. What I would like to do in the coming sessions is to talk further about what do we need to do in Zone 1. What specifically do we need to do in Zone 2, Zone 3, and Zone 4 so we can get that good swap around going and get the momentum going in the right direction. Talk to you soon.